What's going on, ladies and gents? Your boy FGC Gamma. I am back, and so is ELEAGUE. Yes, super duper excited about this, man. I was at ELEAGUE last year. I covered most of the event. I spoke to a ton of people behind the scenes, and we really didn't know if it was going to return, you know, based on the fact that it was television, so you got to deal with ratings and a whole bunch of other things that normal events don't have to deal with. However, not only is it back, the same prize pool is back as well, $250K up for grabs. So with that said, there's a lot of new things that they're doing this year. They do have this amateur tournament, which anyone could really join. I'll have a link in the description. If you guys don't know about that, you got to hurry up and sign up because it will be starting soon. And it's going to go all the way until right before the main event. And if you win that one, you'll get a chance to compete on stage, live stream, etc. at the actual ELEAGUE event. And then there's a new challenge / reality show called The Challenger. This one is also allowing the winner of this to compete at the main stage for that $250K. So there's a lot of new things going on this year. I'm super duper excited about. However, this video was to talk specifically about this show, The Challenger. And I want to get your thoughts. I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on this, because there's some things I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to be able to cover everything, but I just want to get to the main things and, you know, share my thoughts and opinions and let me know what you guys think. Before I do that, of course, we got to watch the trailer so you can kind of know what it's all about if you haven't already. And even if you did, just sit back. Let's watch it together again. Here we go.
Y'all got nice bathrooms.
I mean, we're sharing. Oh, you guys got nice art in your room. What's up, Gllty? What up, Gllty?
Hey, how's it going?
What up, though? You see how they got the champion? What's the
How you doing?
Where's LTG? He's the only one not here. Lowtiergod, I've seen the stuff that he says online, and I swear to God, if Lowtiergod says anything to me, I'm gonna fight him on sight.
My name's DeLon Sparrow. I'm from Lancaster, California. My gamer tag is Lowtiergod, and I play Urian. Online, I'm always angry compared to everybody else. I'm always raging.
Called this guy out, called him a has-been, called him a Charles Manson, anything you could think of.
People just look at me as just a complete bad guy.
Ass motherfucker.
It's gotten really crazy over the years. This is what Street Fighter brought me to. This competition, it means absolutely everything to me. I just gotta thank the trolls for this. I gotta thank the trolls for this. I can't believe that I'm actually here.
LTG has said a lot of personal things on the internet towards me, and I want to take him out. Are you the Lowtiergod?
Yes, that's exactly
the real Lowtiergod.
Who else would I be?
Well, I seem to remember some stuff you've been saying about me on the internet.
Oh, damn. Get him! I don't remember.
It's okay, don't worry. I'll refresh your memory. It would really mean a lot for me to blow him up and make him eat all the trash that he's been talking.
Everybody, gather around, hear ye, hear ye. Hear ye, hear ye. To the main courts, everyone. This is the Challenger House for the ELEAGUE Invitational. I'm Tasty Steve.
He's royalty, you heard the comment. And I'm his illustrious sidekick, Sajam. How's it going, everybody?
Hey. Tasty Steve and Sajam in the house. Seeing those two guys kind of just legitimizes everything that this is actually real.
Are you guys excited?
Oh yeah!
Y'all trying to get to that main stage? Then make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this started.
All right, so we have a pile of jerseys for you guys. Dayasha, the man himself. There it is.
Hey, the family man.
I don't know if it's gonna fit around your biceps. You might have to try that on.
I'm saying no.
Yeah, I'm a little.
Yo, damn. JB.
RobTV.
Wow. Your boy done made it. I'm out here doing a little something, something. I like that.
Miss Gllty, come grab your jersey.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Commander Jesse. Ooh.
Sherry Jenix.
Last but not least, Lowtiergod.
Put those on, and then put your game face on.
So we'll meet you guys back here to get into our first challenge here at the Challenger House. I'm looking forward to it. See you guys then.
Woo! Sounds good. Let's work then.
All right.
Dope.
Alrighty, so there you have it. Beginning April 20th, it's going to be airing every Friday at 11 p.m. on TBS. It is a 5-part series. Now, obviously, you guys just saw the trailer with me. They are really pushing LTG. They're giving him a lot of shine. So I know he's going to be promoting the show. And I'm not sure if he got eliminated the first or second week. I'm not sure how the show goes. In either case, I think he's going to be pumping the show as much as he can. And it seems like ELEAGUE is really banking on getting a lot of ratings through LTG. So I don't know. What are your thoughts about that, guys? Also, let's go down to the actual cast. Let's scroll down, take a look at the entire cast. Tasty Steve and Sajam, no surprises here. They were on the show last year as commentators and hosts, etc. They're doing their things. Congrats to them for being a part of this. Commander Jesse. First of all, let me say this. We're going to talk about this in in segments. We're going to call it like the good and the bad, right? The good, the bad, and the general. All right, so the good, let's right off the bat, the fact that they are giving people an opportunity to be a part of the invitational, a part of the main event where they can win, they can get their share of the $250,000 prize pool. That's amazing. That's awesome. And it's not just anyone. They're giving, like, no offense to anyone who's a part of this cast, but these are probably among the most normal, I guess, quote unquote, regular people in the FGC. These are not guys that are known for winning majors or events or anything crazy like that, right? Of course, they are skilled fighters, skilled players like most of us are. But for the most part, I think ELEAGUE really went out their way to find people that are just passionate about fighting games and put them in this show. Now, another thing too, because it is television, I think they also did this on purpose. They found, an eclectic group of people and they mixed them together to see what happens, like most reality shows. So they are, of course, going to be looking for some friction, storylines, etc. With that said, you have LTG. A lot of people are really upset. They don't want him to be on the show. They don't think he deserves a spot on the show. I didn't know how I feel about this because, one, I don't watch LTG. I'm just going to be honest. And so I really can't form a strong opinion on him. I know about what happened with Viscon. Everybody does. Even if you never play fighting games, that became a big thing a few years back. Also, watching Cross Counter and a few other shows, I've heard his name mentioned here and there. And then I watch a lot of replay channels. Every now and then I'll see a matchup with him on there. And in my opinion, yes, he's not the greatest player, but he's certainly not a scrub. A lot of people call him a scrub. I don't think he is. He holds his own, especially amongst the top players. So I guess what it is when it comes to LTG, the things he does, on his live stream, on his channel, the way he is and conducts himself, etc. And let's quickly get this out the way. Let's talk about UltraDavid. A few days ago, he made this long tweet. UltraDavid, by the way, anyone who knows anything about the fighting game community, he's a mainstay. He's been around like forever, and he's a commentator, one of the OG commentators. He's still doing this thing. So this is not like a light statement or someone just hating out the blue. He has a lot of weight in this community, and so this is what he had to say regarding LTG showing up on ELEAGUE, and I'll just try to read most of it or paraphrase. He says, a quick story about him being on ESL, King of the Hill last year, in my thoughts. Unfortunately, by the time we found out, it was too late to find a replacement player. A couple of us refused to be on the show with him, and ESL accommodated us, switching up the commentary rotation. And he goes on to say he had nothing against his friends who winded up, doing the show. The ESL team hadn't picked up LTG to purposely foment controversy or whatever. They just need more players. I asked another player who they thought they should invite, and LTG was recommended. So they invited him. And he goes on to say a few other things too, but for the most part, what he's saying here, and let's read the last tweet. Regardless, I'm bummed that he's one of the choices to represent our community on television. So this is in reference to the challenger for ELEAGUE. There should be consequences for bad behavior, but this is the opposite. It's probably too late to change anything now, but I really want to see more accountability in the future. All right. So, yeah, he mentioned quite a bit of different things, man, regarding his, his attitude, his bullying, etc. And UltraDavid just doesn't think LTG is a good pick. Now, I've watched a lot of other, fighting game top player streams. I'm not going to say anyone's name right now, but they have mixed opinions. Some people think it's a great idea. Some people think it's the dumbest thing ever. Why would you put that guy, of all people, on the show that represents Street Fighter and that represents the community? What has he done for anyone? What is he doing for the community? He's a self-promoting narcissist, etc. I've saw and read and heard people say that. So, again, I don't know the guy personally. My opinion is this. I don't have anything with anyone in the FGC in terms of any personal vendettas or beef. It seems like controversy follows LTG. The fact that this is on television, I don't know. I'm going to go on a limb and say that I think that they kind of know. They know about the controversy. These guys are not idiots. And yeah, it still sucks that they would do this, but that's all part of the plan. Do you know how many shows that I've watched that just put people that had no right to be on the show? I mean, they're literally the most sociopathic individuals you could ever meet. They don't care about anyone or anything but themselves, but yet they made it to that specific show. In some cases, they'll win the show. And I'm just talking about reality shows and competitions in general. So I think a lot of time the producers are aware of this. They know about the negative energy that surrounds him. They know about the way that he speaks. In fact, like in the trailer, look what they did. They took the little piece of, what was it? They took right there. They took the part where he's cursing and he's saying words they had to bleep. So they are aware that this is not the nice guy, Mr. Rogers, right? And yet he's on the show. So should it be the case? Should he be on the show? I don't know how I feel about that. All I'm going to say is this, man. I'm glad, for one, that people are getting the opportunity to get more light in regards to the FGC, because I think if they do the show in the right way, it's not going to just be about the players themselves. It's going to be about the experience as a fighting game player. It's going to be about the experience as being a part of the FGC. So it depends on how they spin it. If they just do it for ratings and they just trying to, I don't know, make a quick buck or generate interest for their main event, then yeah, it could be a disaster. Let me know what you guys think, though. What are your thoughts? Do you feel the same way that UltraDavid feel? Like, this guy is a misogynist, he's a bully, he's just the worst person that you could think of to put on the show? Do you think that ELEAGUE, maybe they just did not do their due diligence and they don't know who LTG was or is before they put him on the show? I like to know. All right, so got that out the way. The second person is Dayasha. Let me just say this. I don't think anyone has an issue with Dayasha being on the show. We're definitely not like close friends or good buddies or anything like that, but we're absolutely cordial. We're cool. We're cool. I spoke to Dayasha a few times, like, way back in the day, like around 2010, 2009. Like, he was one of the first guys that was posting videos online, regarding Street Fighter. This is way even before Street Fighter 4 came out. We were doing, what was it, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Hyper Fighting. Everyone used to do that on Xbox Live. And so I know Dayasha loves fighting games. He's a cool dude. And I actually spoke to him on the phone back in the day, and I remember just talking about some of the things we had in common. We're both from the tri-state area. We lived like literally in the same community. I think he's from, I'm not going to say, well, he's from Essex County. I'm from Essex County. We're both from that part of Jersey. He also lived in the Bronx, Brooklyn, etc. So I could relate to Dayasha in a lot of different ways. What I do like about Dayasha is that he's also passionate, and he tries to continue to reinvent himself and do things that bring excitement to the FGC. So Dayasha is a great pick, man. I'm so glad that he's on it. Proud that he's on the show. Salutes to you, Mr. Dayasha. Good looks. All right, Gllty. Let's talk about this one. This is another controversial pick, simply because Gllty was on the main show last year. Now, Gllty did not get far enough to be on the televised version. I don't think, I don't think Gllty made it to the television episodes. It was on the live stream. But I think Daigo eliminated Gllty, and then Gllty ran up there to get a signature from Daigo. That's what I remember. And I believe that was only on stream. In either event, I'm kind of upset that Gllty came back for this show. I mean, isn't this kind of like a downgrade? You were invited last year, then now you have to fight your way to get back. I don't know how I feel about Gllty being on here. Definitely not hating at all. I think it's cool to get this opportunity. I think anyone would take advantage of this invite if it was extended to them. However, I don't know how I feel about people who were already on the main show coming back and doing something like this. And I would say that about anyone, whether it be Wolf Chrome, whether it be Phenom, it doesn't matter. If someone that was already on the Invitational was a part of this, it just feels a little weird, especially considering the fact that everyone else are, they're just newcomers. If it was all about like people who just didn't get invited, but that, they were on the show last year, that's different. But this is like newcomers, and these are people that are not really well known as far as, they're what's the word? They're not as decorated as some of the other players. I'll put it like that. So Gllty, obviously, the whole transgender thing, I think this is another opportunity to mix it up and put someone on the show that will get ratings and also maybe grab the attention of a certain demographic. So I'm not mad at them for doing it, but let me know, what do you guys think? And again, I'm not hating at all. Congrats to Gllty. I was at final round, I think it was last year, and we spoke briefly before the main event, FGC Gamma. So I'm sure that Gllty remembers me, because I was like, yo, congrats for being on there. It's going to be exciting, etc. And I mentioned a lot of cool stuff. So anyways, Gllty's back. JB. Don't know who this is. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I might have seen the name before, but that's such a common, initial JB that I don't even know if it was this JB. I have no clue who JB is, and I apologize if JB is like some kind of a, I don't know, character specialist or legend. And it's just one of those things that I can admit I have no clue who JB is. So it's interesting to find out who this person is, because watching the trailer, you don't hear or see anything coming out of this person's mouth. It's just like, hi, JB, get your jersey. All right. So maybe this person may have the most skill in the entire event, because otherwise the personality factor is not quite there. No offense. And maybe it's just that, they edit it out and they're going to put more explosive scenes where JB does like, head spins or something crazy. But as far as I'm concerned right now, JB doesn't do anything really crazy, and maybe he was just invited based on skills. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. Come on. This is the whole point of the video. Just to, open discussion. Lowtiergod, we already covered him. LTG. RobTV. This is another guy that I don't know too much about. I think he's probably the youngest on the show. Let me say this. I did a little bit of research right before this video, and I saw like a couple videos, and I absolutely rock with this guy. Yeah, I'm sold, man. I mean, there was a video where he's like destroying Wolf Chrome. He came back 6-0 from losers finals, and then he made it to the grand final, and he won the whole tournament. So he's absolutely not a scrub. This guy knows a thing or two about Street Fighter. He's very young, but he's very skilled, and he has personality. I'll give him that. And that's another thing too. I think I saw a video in which he stated that one of the things that FGC is lacking is personality, and that's very important. Yes, you can grab like the top players in the world and put them in a room, but that doesn't mean that it's going to create an exciting event or an exciting atmosphere. A lot of these guys that are really good, they're very, very shy, very, very introverted. They're not really the best socially interactive individuals. So RobTV has a nice blend of a lot of things going on. He's very young. He's an up and comer. He's very skilled. He knows how to play. Has a very strong Karen. And on top of that, he has a cool personality. Absolutely, RobTV. He's my pick, man. I think he's going to take it all and get out of this and make it to the main event. He's very sharp, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the engagements on the show. Sherry. Oh, but let me know what you guys think, by the way. Do you guys know RobTV? Have you heard of him at all? He's making his wave, so are you excited that he's on the show? I'd like to know your thoughts on him as well. And then, of course, you got Sherry Jenix. Now, Sherry, yes, I've heard of Sherry, but at the same time, I don't follow her at all, so I don't know much about her. She's just one of those people that seems to be everywhere. She goes to all the tournaments. It's kind of like Noel Brown, right? We haven't been talking about Noel for a while, but we know he goes everywhere, right? He's just like, he got the hookups. He's always with Justin Wong in every picture. He travels, etc. Whether he's playing in an event or not, he's everywhere. That's kind of how I look at Sherry. She's a mainstay in the community. People know of her, even if you don't know her personally. So I like to see how this plays out. Sherry seems cool. I think I saw a little bit of her on the last Cross Counter, one of the last episodes that came out. And she seems like she's pretty decent player. You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say she's a scrub, but there's no way I see her taking out everyone and making it pass. And I'm not hating at all. You know, maybe she may surprise us all. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of Sherry, man. What are your thoughts on Sherry? And that's pretty much it. I think I covered everyone. Commander Jesse, he's a sim player. He's pretty solid. I think he might be the only one that won a major or came very close to winning a major. RobTV is pretty solid too, so maybe he won a major as well. Who knows? But all around, guys, I am super excited. The only negative, like I said, is the fact that a lot of people are not happy about LTG being on the show. They think it was an oversight. He should have not been selected. It's a bad look, and it promotes and reward bad behavior. They don't like that decision. So I really want to know, do you guys agree with that? Or do you think it's okay that he's on the show? Or do you at least understand why he's on the show? You know, it's television. They're doing it for marketing and promotion, etc. In either event, I absolutely will be watching this. And also, I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to be coming to all the events. I mean, I'm like 20 minutes away, so there's no need for me to like not come or show up. You know, I miss Final Round. That's bad enough, but I think I will be coming to all the events, covering it, doing interviews, doing some fun, cool stuff. And I want to do something different this year. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know, man. Because I don't want to just do the same thing, you know, ask the same questions, etc. I want to try to do something fun, more interactive, etc. And so I'm working on that as well. Outside of that, guys, thank you for watching this video. But I'm really interested in your thoughts regarding the entire event, but also LTG. And if not him, is there anyone else you think should not be on the show? Do you disagree with the cast at all? And if so, who? And lastly, I had a few questions, man. Are you guys excited about this show, The Challenger? If so, why? If not, why not? That's all I got to say. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching this video. Street Fighter V Invitational 2018 E-League. We are back. Stay tuned for more. Peace.